You think I remember all that lid? Jack White. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's roll. 155 and 55 and 55, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2.5, not 5, and 67, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 70, going to get 70, going to be 2.5, 72, 55, and 75, 50, and 77, 83, 250, 81, 82, 81, get 2, 82, 1, 2, 81, 2, there, going to be 81, 2, there, going to be 81, $2 here, 2, sold 181 S. 2. S2. This screen, no working? Hang on. This screen's not working up here. One, this one? Pretty good start. 155, 55, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2.5, 5, going to get 7, 70, 172.5, 72.5, 75, 50, and 77, 77, 80, going to be 80, 81, 81, going to be 81, 81, 81, 81, going to be 2, 83, 83, 3, 4, 84, 5, 85, here, going to be 84, 5, here, going to be 85, here, Canis, 184, 3. Mike, what's up? Oh, I thought he was pointing that pistol right at me. I was like, my God, hey, whoa, oh, oh, sorry. So, I didn't, so did you see or no? No, they actually posted it. Oh, dang it. 55 and 6 year old, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 60, 92 and a half, 62 and a half, 65, 7 and a half, 5, 7 and a half, 70, 71, and 71, 2, 72, 3, and 73, 74, 74, 74, 73, 74, 74 and a half, 5, and 75, 6 here, 75, 6, 7, and 77, 78, 78, good to be 9, good to be 9, good to be 80, good to be 81, here, good to be 82, good to be 2 and a half, 3, 84, 84 here, good to be 84, here, good to be 83, good to be 4, here, good to be 83, 84, here, good to be 83, 84 here, sold 183, S21. Four-year-old. Come up open. That's why they're here. 55, 55, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, going to get 70, going to be 70, going to get 72 and a half, 75, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 80, going to be 81, here, going to be 81, 81, 2, going to be 83, going to be 83, going to get 4, 84, 83, 84, there, going to be 83, 4, there, going to be 83, going to get 4, 5, 85, 85, 600, 86 here, going to be 85, going to be 6 here, going to be 85, going to be 6 here, sold 185. Chris, 3X.
1347.
He said, thank you. Bring some more like him. You got any more? That's all he got.
You got 4 more.
6-year-old and a 7-year-old. Is that right? Yep. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 60, and now 60 there, going to be 60, and 7 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to get 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, now 70, now 72, 50, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 80, and now 2 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 81, 2, going to be 81, 2, and now 2, now 3, 82, 83, 82, 83 here, 82, 83, Kyle, 182 on number 20, on 20. Is this not posting the weights up here? On either side? Well, the cattle are bringing pretty good money. I don't know if you guys needed to look at the screen today. I don't think nobody laughed at that. Wait, 913. Ones and twos. 250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, and 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 60, now 60, 55, going to be 70, 55, going to be 275, 80, and 85 there, going to be 85, and 92, 95, and 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, going to be 95, Bo, you're out 95, and 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95 here, Chris, 290, 3X. 7 and 9s are open. Weighing 13.22. 52, 50, and 55, and 55, and 55, 57, and 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, 5, and 7 and a half, 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 7, 50, 70, and now 72 and a half, 75, 75, 50, and 77, and a half, going to be 80 now, 80 there, going to be 80, but 80 there, going to be 81, 81 here, going to be 81 here, going to be 83, 82, 83, 82, 83 here, 82, 83, Cavanis, 182, on 3. Here's the Hardesty cows from over there at Tuttle. 6 and 7 year olds, all checked open. We 1496, 1496. 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 57, 7, 7, 57, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, as you get 5 and half, 3 and half, 5, and as you get 7, 7, 7, 7, down, good about 70, 71, and 72, 71, 2, 71, 2, 3, and 73, 74, 74, 75, 75, 75, 6 here, 75, 6, 7, and 77, 77, 76, 7, and 77, 7 here, good to be 7, 77, 77, 77 here, S, 176 on 2. 9-year-old, 7-year-old, 5 and 7, 5 and 7. They weigh in 1283, 1283. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 57, 57, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 5, going to be 7, going to be 70, now 70, 70, and 72, 50, and 72 and a half, 75 here, 77 and a half, now 77, 50, and 77 and a half, now 80, and now 80, now 1 here, 83, 85 here, 87, 87 to go, 85, 87, 87 here, 87, 77 here, 85, 87 here, 85, going to be 7. Caleb, 185 on 22. I'm going to say Caleb that way. I don't say Don and Doug. I'm going to sell out to Caleb, okay? 4 and a 5-year-old, $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5, 5, 5, 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5 and 10. Going to be 210. Going to be 15. Going to be 20. Now 5. Going to be 25 and 30 and 35 here. 35, 40. We get 45, 45, 45, 50 and 250, 250, 250, 250. Caleb's out. 250 and 45, 50. Now 5 and 55, 55, 60 and 260 pound, 55, 260, 55. Going to be 260 and now 5, 265, 70 and 270. We get 270. Going to be 5. Going to be 70. We get 70. We get 70 here. Chris, 265, 3X. Five, 6, and 7 years old, 155. 155, 55, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2 and a half, going to get 5, going to be 7 and a half, going to be 70, going to get 2 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, now 80, now 2 and a half, 85, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, and 90, and 192 and a half, going to be 2 and a half, 5, and 95, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, now 2, and 2, that'll be now 2, now 2, going to be 3, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 2, 2 and a half, going to be 205, and now 10, going to be 210, going to be 210, 215, and 15, 20, and now 25, 225, 30, going to get 235, going to be 235, 40, and 240, 40, now 5, and 45, 50, we get 250, we get 250, now 50, 50, 50, 250, and 45, and 50, we get 50, we get 50, now 45, we get 50, here, Chris, 245, 3X. Five to 8-year-olds, got one more coming in. She jumped over the moon. She went to Minko. All right there, 65. Here's a good fight. Has a good fight, 750, and 70, 70 and half one, and 70 and half one, 72, 71, 2, 3, 72, down 3, 73, 74, and 74 and a half here, 75, 75, 74 and a half, 74 and a half, 74 and a half, 74 and a half, 5, and 75, 6 quarter, and 75, 6, 7, and 77 away, 77 away, 77 away, good with 9, good with 9, good with 9, good with 9, jigga 9, now 9, good with 9, 80, and 9 here, good 81, here, good with 81, 81, 81, here, good with 81, here, good with 81, 81, here, 81, here, 81, here, Jace, 180 on 30.
I'm gonna have to charge a little more money just to get all this heavy thing all day to the bank.
To the bank.
This one's gotta be
Mail it. Mail. What'd you see? Fours and open. Schmidt cattle. Yes, sir. Right there, here, $2 a pound, 205, and $2.05, and $2.05, bit of 5, bit of 5, bit of 5, 5, 5, bit of 5, bit of 5, and 10, good to be 210, 15, 210, 15, and 10 and 15, good to be 10 and 15, good to be 210, good to be 15, 20, and now 25, 25, 25 here, good to be 225 and 30, now 30, and 35 here, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35, 35 here, good to be 235, get up here, 235, and 35 here, 35, J shout, 235, 40, and now 40, 45 here, 45, 45, 245, and 45 there, 45, 45, 45, 45, bit of 45. Bit of 45 here, Bo, 240 on one, 240, Bo on one. 5 to 8 year olds here, 165, and 65, and 65, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 7 and a half, 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 70, 70, now 2 and a half, 75 here, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, half 80 here, 82 and a half here, now 5, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 83, 85, 85 here, 83, 84 here, 83, 84, 83, 84 here, Jace, 183, 130. I like these little Brangus cows. Big shoulder, dollar. $100 and $100 here, good $105, bit of 5, bit of 5, bit of 5, bit of 5, and 5 here, 110 here, 105, 110, you 10 here, 110, 10, 10 here, 110, 15 here, 20, and 21, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 30, and 25, 30, 125, bit of 35 here, 35, 35, 40, and 40, 45, 5 here, 45, bit of 50, and 45, bit of 50, 45, bit of 50, bit of 50, 50, 45, get 50, Doug, you're at 50, and 45, 50, 50, 50, bit of 50, bit of 50, bit of 50, bit of 50, 50, 50 here, S 145 2. Five and a punch right there here, 185, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 85 here, 185, 85 here, Gant, two boys here, 85, 85 and 5 here, 85, 87 and 7 and 7 and 7 and going to be 87, 50, and then 90, and 192 and 92, 55, 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, going to be 195, and 95 here, 195 here, 195 here, Jace, 192 and a half. 30, 20. Six and 7 year olds here, 165. As a good fight, has a good 65, 7 and a half. As a good fight, has 70, now 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72, 50, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 750, and 77, 80 there, 81 here, 82, 83, 84, 83 to 4, 83, 84 to 4 here, 83, 84 here, 83, you get 4 here, 83, you get 4, Cavatus, 183. Do it again, Charlie, on 3. You need another one? 5 and 6 year olds here. 165, and 70, and 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, and 75 here, 80, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 90, 5, and 95 here, 195 here, Lydia, 195, and 95 here, 195, to get 2, and now 5, 205, 210, and 210, 15, going to be 15, going to be 20, and now 25, going to be 225, 30, and now 35, to get 235 here, 230. 35 and 35 here, 40 and 40 now 5 and 45 here, 45 here, 5 here, going to be 245 here, Chris 240 3x. $2. 4-year-olds here, 205, and 205, to get 5 here, 5, now high side 5, and 205 here, 5 and 5 here, 5 and 10, going to be 10, to get 15, going to be 20, and 25, and 25, 25, 20, 30, to get 30, now 35, 35, 35, 35, 235, and 35 here, 5 here, going to be 235, and 35 here, 5, to get 5 here, Chris, 230, same way. They're 8-year-old cows are 4 to 5 months bred. Is that right? 2,000, 2,100, 2,100 here, 2,100 here, 2,100 here, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, and 21, 2, and 21, 2, here, 200 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 24, and 23, 4, 5, and 25, and 24 and a half, 5, and 25, 50, 5 of the man, going to be 25 of the man, going to be 25 of the man, going to be 25 of the man, going to be 25, 50, you 25 and a half here, 5 of the man, going to be 25 of the man, going to be 25 and a half here, Chris, 2,500 on 55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 55, 57, 7, 7, 57, 50, 57, going to be 60, to get 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 5 here, 7 and a half, and 7 and a half, 70, to get 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, get 5, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and a half here, 77 and a half here, Jace, 175, 30. Great. Now I got high cholesterol. 8 by 5 and 8 by 7. 2,000, 2,100, 2,100, 1, and 22, 22, 22, 23, 24, 24, 25, 2600, and 607, and 7, 7, 7, 27, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, going to be 2,800, and 27, going to be 2,800, going to be 27, going to be 28, guys are top row route, 27, 28, and 27, hold your gate, 27, going to be 2,800 here, sold, 2,700 koi, 50. Yard them out. 2,700 koi, 50, yard them out. 5-month bred back. Yard off the 5-month bred. Yard off the 5-month bred on that. Two years old, or 8 months bred, 2,100 and 21, 2,100, 1, 21, 2, and 23, 3, and 23, 4, and 4, now 5, 600, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 800, 8, here, whatever the half, 750, and 750, and 27, and a half here, 750, and 27, and a half, 7, and a half, 7, and a half, 7, and a half, going to be 2750, and 27, and a half here, now 8, and 28, and 2,800, 800, and 2750, 800, and 2,800, sold 2750. What's that name? Windling. Wendling. I was a spelling bee champion in kindergarten. Only had to spell cat and dog and cow. Well, that's true. In first grade, come around, I couldn't spell nothing. Then I started reading backwards. Still have hell. No, it needs to be sold for $1.50. It needs to be sold for $1.50.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Did she go work?
yeah.
Yep.
Actually, hold on. We're just gonna run her straight up. Okay.
You got big one.
I talked to the
owner?
the guy.
Yeah.
Yep. He said you two are pretty wild.
Ricardo, maybe I'm not. Come on, boys. I don't have all day. Come on, let's go.
You out? No.
How much rain you got out there by Wautonga?
What's it at?
Got an inch and 3/4 Wednesday night.
He's ready to be done.
And then I don't know how much Friday night.
He hates it. He's ready to be done.
Yeah.
5 month bred, 2,000. 2,100, 8 by 5, 2,100, 2,100, here, 1, 2, and 2,100, we get 3, and 2,3, we get 4, and 24, we get 5, and 24 and a half, and 4 and a half, 24 and a half, 24 and a half, going to be 24.50, and 24 and a half, bit of a half here, going to be 24 and a half, going to be 24 and a half here, 24 and a half here, sold her 2,400, Ricardo.
Six
7 years old, they're 2 and 3 months bred, 165, and 65, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, and now 72 and a half, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 50, and 77, 82 and a half, 85, 85, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, 87 and a half, going to be 87, 50, 87 and a half here, 87 and a half, going to be 87 and a half, 90, and 92 and a half, and 95, 95, 97 and a half, 97 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 97, 50, and 97 and a half, going to be 97 and a half, going to be 97 and a half, going to be 97 and a half here, so 195, Chris 3. Three and 4 months?
maybe up to 5.
3 to 5 months?
Yep, 3 to 5 months.
2 to 5.
2 to 5, 2 plus to 5 months bred cash right there, here, 25 and 2,500 and 25, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, 2,500 and 25 and 500, here, 5 and 500, here, 2,000, 2,100 and 21, 21, 2 and half, 3, 3 and a half, and 23 and a half, 24, 24, 24 and a half, 24 and a half, 24 and a half, 24, 50, and 24 and a half, gonna be 24 and a half, gonna be 24, yeah, 24 and a half, and 24 and a half, gonna be 24 and a half, and 5, and 25, 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25, you're up here, 25 and 2,500, here, 5 here, 5 here, 25 and 2,500 here, 5 here, 5 here, West, 24 and a half on 7. Eight to 10 years old, they're 3 and 5 months bred. Three to 5 months, guys, right there, here, 2,100 and 21, here, 2,100, here, 1, here, 21, 21, 200, here, weight cows, guys, right there, short bred, $155 and 55 and 55, 57, 57, going to be 60, we get 2.5, 5, and 65, has it get 7.5, 7.5, 70, 70, and now 72.5, 72.5, 5, and 75 and 5, 77.5, 77, and now 80, and now 80, 80, 81, 81, 82.5, 81. 81 here, $81 here, $81 here, going to be 81, 80, 81 here, $81 here, $1 here, sold 180 S7, 180 S7. Weigh these cows, roping cows right there, here, 65, and 65, 65, and 65 and 5 and half, 5 here, 750, and now 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, and 75, 50, and 77, and a half, going to be 77, now 80 there, 80, give 80 there, 80, give 80, now 80, and 77, 50, 80, and now 80 there, 81, 81, 80 here, 80, give 80 here, Jace, 77, 50 on 30. Six to 10 years old. Nice set of cows right there, here, 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 57, going to be 60, we're going to get 2.5, now 5, and 67.5, now 70, 100, 70, 172.5, 72.5, 75 here, 73, 72.5, 3, 4, and 74 here, 73, 74.5 here, 75, and 75, 6 here, 75, 600, 75, 76 here, 75, 600, and 75, 6 here, 75, 6, and 75, going to be 7600, 75, 76, 75, 76, 75, going to be 76, S, 175, 2. Eight to 10 years old, and they're 3 to 5 months bred. 3 to 5 months, guys, right there, 65. And 65, 750, and 67, have to get 70, and now 70, half 1, and 72, 72, 72, 3, 73, 74, 74, 73, 74, 73, 74, you get 4, and 74, 5, and 75, 6, 7, and 77, 78, 78, 78, now 9, going to be 80 there, going to be 80, 81, 81, 1, 2, going to be 81, 2, 81, 2, 81, get 2, yes I do, 2, 81, 2, you get 2, 82, 81, 2, 82, 81, 82, 182, that's 181, 7. Seven to 10s are open. 155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 7, 60, 60, we get 2.5, going to be 5, and to get about 7, 7, 70, we get 70 now, 70, going to be 70, we get 70, going to be 70, now $78, and 7.5, 8, and now $8 now, high, going to be 9, we get 9, 70, we get 71, and 70 now 2, 71, 2, 71, 2, 1, 2, now 2, and 72, 1 get 2, 1 get 2, 71, going to be $2 now 2, S, 171, 2. Well, I'm up here at 55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57 and a half, and 57, going to be 16 pound, 2.5, and 5. As I get a 5, as I get a 5, as I get a 5, and 5, 7, 7, 7, 70, going to be 70, going to be 70, going to be 8, going to be 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, 70, and 9 here, going to be 71, and 72, 1, 2, 3, going to be 3, and 73, 74, and 74 and a 5 here, 75, 6 here, 75, 6 out of 7, and 77 of 8, 77 of 8, 77 of 8, and now high, going to be 9, you get 9 here, 8 and 9, and now 9, daughter, going to be 9, daughter, every 9, going to be 8, and now 9, daughter, going to be 9, daughter, every 9, going to be 9, going to be 8, now 9, Jace, 178 on 30. $152 and a half, 50, we get 2.5, go to 52 and a half, go to 2.5, we get 2.5, go to 2.5, out the gate, 2.5, 5, and 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, go to 60, we get 2.5, 61, as you get 1, as you get 2, go to 2, we get 3, we get 3, and 3, we get 3, and 4, and 63, 64, 5, as you get 5, 6 cutter, and 66 out of 7, and 7, 7 of 8, 8, 9, go to 9, we get 9, go to 70, we get 70, now 71, and 72, 72, 3, and 73, 74, 74, 74, 75, 75, 76 cutter, and 76, 7, 77, 77, 76, 7, $8, and 78, 78, good to 9, good to 9, good to 9, good to 8, now 9, and 78, good to 9, daughter, good to 9, daughter, and now 9, good to 9, good to 9, good to 9, and I hear Jace, 178, 30. Daughter pound, 105, and 100 out of 5 here, go to 105, we get 5, and 5, and 10, go to 10, we get 15, go to 20, and 5, and 25, 30, we get 30, we get 5, we get 35, 40, and 5, and 45, 50, we get 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 2.5, 5, and 55, and 55, you get 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 5 here, 55 here, S, 152 and a half, 3. $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5 outside 5 and $2.05. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5. We get 5 and 5 here. 5. Going to be 205, 10 and down 10, 15. Going to be 20 and 220, 225 and 25, 25, 225 here. 5 here. Bow 221. Get him, Mariah. 10 on the pond here, 55. 55 and a half, 55, 57, going to be 60, going to get 2.5, 5. And now 7 and a half, 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 70, going to get 70, going to be 70, going to get 70, now 70. And 2.5 here, 72 and a half, 72, 50. And 75 here, 75, 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 80. 80 there, 180, 180, 180 here, 80, give 80 here, Jace, 77, 50, home 30. $65. As it get high, as it get 7 and a half, 70, 172 and a half, 72 and a half, 75 here, 75 here, 75 and a half here, 75, and 75 and a half here, 75, 77 and a half, 77 and a half here, 750, and 76, 7, and 77, 77, 76, 7, 77, 77, going to be 77, 77 here, D, 176, 1. Finally got him started, Brad. Just takes a good one. Four on a pond, right there, here, $2, now 5, and 205, and 205, to get 5, and 5, here, 5, to get 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 5, now 5, here, going to be 205, and 210, 15, and down 20, going to be 20, to get 5, going to be 25, to get 35, 35, 35, 40, and 42, 45, and 45, 50, and 55, 55, 55, 60, and 260 there, going to be 260 here, Chris, 255, 3X. 250, 255, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 255, and 55 here, 60, we get 5, going to be 70, we get 5, going to be 80, we get 5, going to be 90, we get 5, going to be 3, we get 5, going to be 10, now 15, now 15, 3, 10, 15, and 10, 15, and 10 and 15, but 10 and 15, but 10 and 15, Jerry, 310, 11, Prager. You want her to be pregnant, Jerry? Hope so. Wild, yeah. 2-year-old. She bred. 250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 255, 60, and 265 now, 70, 275, 75, 82, 85, 85, 990, 295, we get 3, we get 3, we get 3, and 95, we get 3, and 95, we get 3, 5, and 3 and 5 and 10, go to 310, and 10, go to 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 10, 310, 310, 310, Chris, 305, 3X. Nice cow. Eight years, 5 months, 2100 and 21, 2100 here, 1 here, 2100 here, 1 here, 1 2, and 23 3, and 23 3, and 23 3, and 400, and 4 and a half here, 4 and a half, 2450, and 24 and a half here, 5, and 25, 25, 25, 2500 here, 25, and 2500 here, 5 here, 50, and 25 and a half, 25 and a half here, 5 and a half, 25 and a half here, sold 2500, Chris. 55. Crippled cow here, 135, and 35, and 35, 35, 35, 40, and 35, 40, we get 5, we get 50, we get 5, 7 and a half, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 62, 50, and 62 and a half, we get 2 and a half, but 2 and a half, we get 2 and a half, 5, and they get 5, and they get 5, they get 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, we get 70, and 2 and a half, and 75, and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 75, 75 here, D, 172 and a half, 1. Two 10, 15, and 210, 210, 11, and 210, 211, 210, 211, 210, 211, 210, 211, 11, 210, 11, outside 11, and 210, 11, 11, 12, 11, 12, and 13, 13, 14, 15, and 50, 50, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, and 220, and 19, 21, 21, 21, 22, 22, 22, 3, and 23, 3, and 4, now 5 here, 225, Scotter, and 26, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 227, and 6, 7, 7, 7, $8, and 27 of 8, 27 of 8, $27, $28, and 27 going to be 220 head here, 220 head here, Gibbon Bull, 227. $2, 2.5, and $2, 2.5 here, 2.5 here, half and a half here, half and a half here, going to be 2.5, and $2.5 here, half and a half, going to be 2.5 here, now 5, and 2.5, and 2.5, and 5 here, 5, 3, 5, now 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 5, 7, now 7 here, 5, going to be 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, now 7 here, going to be 7 here, 7 here, so 205, Cavaness Bull. $2, 210, 20, and 210, 20, bit of a 210, 20, bit of a 220, now 30, bit of a 30, now 40, 250, 250, 245, 245, 50, now 50, 255, and 55, 60, and 260 there, 65, and 65, 65, 65, 70, bit of a 270, bit of a 270, you're going to be 270, and 75, and now 75, 80 there, 80, 80, 280, 280, 275, 80, and now 80 there, 80, bow 9, 275. $185, $85 and 5 here, good to be 85, 85, 85, 87, 87, good to be 90, 92 and a half, and 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, and 95, you get 95, and 95, and 95 here, 95, 35, and 95, 95, 93, 95, 7, 97, 97, 95, 97, 95, 97, and 95, it gets 7, 95, it gets 97, 95, it gets 97, Doug, 195 on 7. Yep, Doug, 7. $165, as a good five, has a good 750, and has 7.5, 67 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 80 there, 82 and a half here, 85, 85, 87, 50, 87 and 90, and 90, 91, and 91, 2 through 91, 2, 91, give 2, and 93, 3, and 93, 3, and 4 here, 93, 4, and 94, 5 here, 5, 600, and 95, 6, 7, 97, 97, 97, 97, 98, 98, $90, and 97, 98, 97, 98, 97, 98 here, Gibbon Bull, 197. Here we go. 1 year, she's 5 months, dollar pound. $10 and $100 10, going to be 10, 20, now 30, 40, $140, $50, $50, $60, $70, $70, $65, $65, 70, $75, going to be 175, 75, 75, 80, $80, now 5, now 90, 95, $2 a pound, 205, 210, 215, 220. Sold 215. What's the name? Warfield, number 11. Yep. 11. Well, her 65. As a good 5, and 67 and a half, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, 50, 77, good to be 82 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, good to be 85, 87, good to be 87, 50, 87 and a half, 87, good to be 87, good to be 87, 86, 7, now 7, now 8. 88, 87, hey there, she's good, 80, hey there, 80, hey there, sold, 187, Doug 5.
He's got a 6 open and a 7.5.
I'll call you after this count, though. No, sorry.
6 years, 5 months. $65. As it get 5 and a half, 7 and a half, 72 and a half, 75, 77 and a half, 77 of a good be 80 and 2 and a half, good be 85, 85, 85, 87 of a good be 87 of a good be 90. And 90 here, 190, 190, 190 here, 190, 90. And 190 here, 190 here, 190 here, Doug 7, 187.50. Doug 5. I knew that. I don't know why I was thinking 7. Looks like a 7. Should have been a 7, Doug. 6 years old here, 65. As it get 5, 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 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 70, you're going to be 2 and a half, 72 and a half, 72, 55, and 75 here, 77 and a half, now 80, and now 2 and a half here, 85 here, $85.5 here, 87 and a half, going to be 87 of a 90, and 2 and a half, and 90, now 2 and a half, going to be 90, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 90, going to get 2 and a half, going to be 90, going to get 2 and a half here, sold 190, Ricardo. Three years old, she's open. 250. 250, 60, and 250, 60, going to be 2 and a half, going to be 260, 70, going to be 80, going to get 90, going to be 3, going to be 5, going to be 10, going to be 310, 15, and 310, 15, and 10 and 15, going to be 10, going to get 15, Jerry, 310, 11. She's open. Nine-year-olds, wham, 65. As it get 5, 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 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70. And now 70, we get 70, we get 70, you're going to be 70, we get 70, you're going to be 70. And 70 get 70 down, 70 down, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5. And 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 70 down, 2 and a half, 75 here, 75, 75, 75, Jerry, 172 and a half, 2. Where? She did. How old's 8 to 10? 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 7, 60, and 2 and a half, 5, and to get a 5 and a half, 3, 3, and 2 and a half, 3, and 4, here 4, 5, and to get a 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, down 9, go to 9, 9, 70, 70, 79, here 1, and 72, 71, 2, 71, 2, 3, and 73, 74, 74, 75, 75, 76, here 75, 6, 75, 6, 7, and 77, 78, 78, 78, 78, 77, $8, and 77, 77, 78, 77, 78, 77, going to be $8, going to be 8. Jerry, 177, 2. Shouldn't have split them. Shouldn't have split them. They should really jump them right there. 135, and 35, you give out 35, 37 and a half, and 35, 37 and a half, 37 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 40, you're going to get 2 and a half, you're going to get 5, 7 and a half, 15, and 2 and a half, 5, and 57 and a half, 60, and now 67 and a half, going to be 60, and 7 and a half, going to be 60 there, 160 here, 2 and a half, and 2 and a half, 5, and you get 5, 7 and a half, 7 and 70, you're going to get 70, you're going to be 70, 2 and a half, and 72 and a half, 1, 3, and 71, you're going to get 3, 71, you're going to get 3, 71, 2, and 71, 2, 71, 2, 71, 2, 71, going to be $2, going to do 71, going to be 2, Chase, 171, 35. 6-year-olds here, 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 7.5, 57.5, 57.5, going to be 60, going to get 2.5, 5, and half, 5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 67, 50, and 67.5 here, bit of a half here, going to be 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5 here, sold 165, Doug 5. Eight to 10, wham. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 55, 57, 60, 2.5, 5, as it 5, as it 5, 65, and 2.5, 5, as it 5, 7.5, 7.5, 70, 70, 2.5, 70, 2.5, 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 750, and 77.5, 83, 80 here, going to be 80, and 77, $8, and 78, 78, now 9, you get 9, going to be 9, going to be 78, now 9, and 78, going to be 9, going to be 9, going to be 9, bit of a nine here. Jace, 178.30. Eight to 10, swim guys right there, here, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, going to be 60, now 2.5, yeah, 2.5, half, as it 7.5, 70, 70, now 1, and 73, 75, 75, 77, 75, 77, and 75, 77, 67, and 77, 78, 78, 78, 78, 78, and 77, 77, 77, 78, 77, going to be 8 here, Jace, 177.33. 30, 30. All right, here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 55, 57, 57, 60, and 2.5, and 5, 7.5, 7, 70, 70, going to be 2, 72, 71, 2, 71, 2, 3, and 74, and 74, 75, 75, 76, 75, 67, and 77, 77, $8, and 77, 77, 78, 78, 77, $8, and 77, 78, 77, 78 here, Jace, 177.35. There's some white faces. Garlic. Here's a garlic consignment. Every one of them is 8 months bred, guys. Here's an outstanding set of females. 1 pluses on the ages, every one of them 8 months bred. Mr. Curlick Franchise right here, 3,100 and 31 and 3,100 here, 31, 31, 31, 31 and 3,100. Hold your gate, 3,100 and 3,100 here, 31, feeder price here, guys, 3,100 and 31 and 3,100 here, 31 here, going to be 3,100 and 31 and 3,100 here, 3,131 and 3,100 here, 31 here, 31 and 31 and 3,100 now 2 and you give 1 31 31 31 and 31 and 3,100 here, 31 here, going to be 31 and 3,100 here, 31 31 31 31 31 and 3,100. I got it, boys. Going to be 31 3,100 3,100 and 3,100 here, Ricardo 3,000 on number 100. 100. 7-year-old cow right there here. 55 and 55 and 55. 55, 7 and 55, 57 and 7 and 7 and 57 and 57 and 57, 50 and 57 and 57 and 7 and 60 and down 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5 and 5 and 3 5 and half 3 and half 3 and half 3, 2 and a half 3 and half 3, 3 and half 4, 64, 65 and 5 and 6 quarter and 6 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 8 and now 8 and 9 and now 9 just 70, 71 and 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71, 71 and 71 here, 71, 71, 71, 71 here, so 170, Cavanagh 3, 170. 7 years old here, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 60, and 55, 60, 60, 55, 57, 55, 57, 7, 57, 50, and 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 57 and a half here, Doug, 155, 5. $2-year-old, $2. $2.05 and $2.05 here, 205 and now 2 good with 10 now 15 good with 20 and 25 and 225 5 here 30 30 now 30 and 25 30 and 25 30 and 25 30 30 good with 30 and 30 here good with 30 30 good with 30 30 here Bo 225 1. Lump draw bought 155. It's your bull. No, kidding. He's very selective of what he breeds. That's why those Herefords were here. Yeah. Yep. So don't put them on any Herefords. Hold your gate. $2 now 5. $2.05 and $2.05 5 2 and a half 2 and a half 2 and a half 5 and 2 and a half now 7 and a half 7 and a half 7 and a half 7 and a half 10 good with 10 12 and a half good with 10 12 and a half 15 and 15 17 and a half 17 and a half 17 50 and 17 and a half here good with 17 and a half now 17 and a half 17 and a half 17 and a half here Doug 7 2 15. No Herefords, Doug. Okay. What's the story? 8 to 10, they're open. 55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 55, 7 and a half, and 55, 57 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 60, and a half 1, and half 2, good with 3, good with 3, good with 3, good with 4, and 4, and 4, 65, and 65, and 65, and 6 quarter, and 66 here, 7, and 7, and 7, 8, 9, good with 9, good with 70, and 9 here, good with 70, good with 70, and half 1, and 72, 1, 2, 71, get 2, and 72, 1, 2, 2, 3, and 72, good with 3, good with 3, and 72, and 3, and 72, good with 3, good with 3, and 2.3, good with 3, and 72, good with 3, good with 3, so 172 S, 2X. Six, 7 months. 5 to 7 months. 5 to 7 months right there, 2,100 and 21, yeah, 2,100 here, 1, here, 21, 21, 21, 21, 1, and 22, and 22, 22, 22, 21, 2, and 22, 3, and 23, 24, 25 here, 25, 7, and 27, 27 of 8, 27 of 8, 27, 50, and 27 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, going to be 27, 50, and 27 and a half here, what about half? 27 and a half. 27, hold your gate, 27.50, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 27.50, and 27 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, going to be 27 and a half, going to be 27.50, and 27 and a half here. Sold them 2,700. Ricardo, put them on number 2. New. Break your hand. 8 to 10. There's 6 and 7 months bred. 6 and 7 months. 6 months bred. All 6 months bred right there, here, 2,000, 2,100, and 21, 21, and 20, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, and 21, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 3, 3, and 20, 3, and 4, here, 4 and a half, and 24 and a half, 25, 25, 25, 25, 55 and a half, 5 and a half, 600, and 26 and a half, and 26 and a half, here, half, here, half, here, you're going to be 26 and a half, and 26 and a half, here, half and a half, here, half and a half, 2650, and 26 and a half, here, half, here, sold them 2,600, put them on number 16, Chris. They need some wheat, don't they? Wheat project. 125, and 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, here, 125 here, dollar a pound, 105, 105, and 105, and 5 and 5 and 5 here, now 5 and 10, going to be 110, but 10, going to be 110, 15, and 15, 20, 5, and 25, 25, 25, and 5 here, 5 here, 30, 5 here, 35 here, 40, and 45 here, 50, and 50, 50, 45, 50, Jerry out, $1.50, and 45, 50, and 5, and 55, 60, and 60 there, 5, going to be 60 here, 5, going to be 60, 5, going to be 60, so at 155 on McGee. $1.55. Familia. 4 years old here, 4,000, 4,100, and 41, and 4,100 here, 41, here, 41, and 4,100 here, 4,100 here, 35, and 35, 7, and 35, 37, and 35, 37, and 3,500, 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 37 and a half, and 37, and 37, and 37, going to be 37.50, 37 and a half here, half and a half here, half and a half here, going to be 37.50, 37 and a half here, have here, sold her 3,500. Ricardo, nothing. Goodbye, Ricardo. Tired? Jerry, thank you for the wake-up call this morning. Forgot to set my alarm. I appreciate it. Darcy's like, who in the heck is calling you at 7 a.m.? I don't know.
What's the name?
Kurlick.
Will you text John Cooper Kurlick sold today? Phone number? Thank you.
2-year-old family. 3,000, 3,100, and 31, and 3,100 here, 100 here, 100 here, 131, 31, 31, and 3,100 here, 1 here, 2, and 32, and 3, and 33, and 32, 3, and 400 here, 5, and 35, and 34, and 5, 600, and 35, 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 700, and 36, 7, and 7, 7, 700, 36, 7, and 37, and 7, 7, 7, 7, here, going to be 3,700 here, 6, 7, and 7, 7, and 7, 7, 700, going to be 3,700. I sold her 3,600. Ricardo, straight. got lots of money, don't he? Got another one? Oh, look at here. We'll see that cow, give you the calf. 2,000. 2,000, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100. Here, I'm going to weigh the cow. No, I'm going to weigh the cow. Dollar a pound. 105, 110, 15, 20, 125, 125, 30, 135, 40, 135, 40, 135, give 40, 5, 50, $1.55. Sold $1.50. Ricardo, you give 2,000 for that calf? Yeah, I know it. $100 bid. 200. Now half. 350 and half over 4.5 and 4.5 to get 5, 55, 55, 50, 600 and 6.5 going to be 7, going to be high, going to be hay, going to be high, going to be 9, going to be 950 and 950, 10 and 1,000, going to be 1,050 and 1050 and 1050 and 10 and a half, 1050. Going to be 1050, Kelsey. 1,100. 1,100. What about 1075? 1075. Charlie, 1050 0. Charlie. We'll bring that cow back and resell her. Is that all right to split them, Matt? Sell you the cow, calf, and give you the cow. Yeah, that's what we should have done. Yeah. Who did? Did he? Yeah. She had a calf. Good for him. Four and 5-year-olds. Look at here, guys. Brantley and Rakin. Brantley and Rakin. Nothing. 4 and 5-year-olds, is that what you said? 3 to 5-year-olds. Wow, guys. Here's opportunity. We don't know. Just Brantley and Rakin is all we know. Hold your gate now. Here's opportunity. There's a knocking. Here, 5,000 and 5. Here, 5,000. Here, 5,000. Here, 52.50. Money's on. And 52 and a half. 52 and a half. 52 and a half. 51 and 5,100 and 5,100. Here, 1. Here, 1. Here, 2 and 51.2 and 51.23 and 53, 53, 52 and a half. 52 and a half. 52.50 and 52 and a half. Here, half and a half. 3 and 53 and 3 and a half. 3, 53 and a half. 53.50 and 53 and a half. 53 and a half. Here, half and a half here, 53.50 and 53 and a half here, half here, 53 and a half here. Going to be half. Sold them 5,300. Chris 8. Goodbye, Chris. Big old stick you're swinging, Antone. Yeah. Hey, bust them up, kind of make them.
2 1x8s,
Yeah, there
3
you go.
1x7s,
There you go. Perfect.
1x6 and 5s.
Perfect. Something like that.
I'm gonna run right.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'll card them.
Okay. 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 55, gotcha, 60, and now 60, now 2.5, now 5, has a good 5, has a good 65, and 7.5, 70, 70, now 2.5, 72.5, 5, and 75 here, 75, 50, and 77.5 here, going to be 77.5 here, Jace, 175.30. She's 8 months bred. Both of them. Both of them 8 months bred, 2,000, 2,100, and 21,2, and 22, 22, 22, 22, 8 months bred, 21,2, and 22, 3, and 22, 3, and spin them.
88.46.
Hold your gate. 23, 3, and 23, 3, and 22, and 3, 8 months bred, 23, 3, and 23, 3, going to be 22, 3, and 23, 3, going to be 22, 3, and 23, 3, going to be 22. Let's have an auction. 15, 1,600, and 50, 16, and 50, 16, 17, 18, 1,800, and 17, give 1,800, 18, 18, 1,800, and 17, 18, now 19, and 19, 18, give 1,900, and 19, 18, 1,900, and 1,900. 18, give 19. Ricardo, 1,800 on 2. You can have you messing them little bred heifers by the end of the day. Get. 7 months bred, just right, guys. Be Kevin right there in the middle of May. Just perfect. 2,100 and 21. Yeah, 2,100 here. 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, and 2,100. Yeah, 2,100 here. 21, 21, 2,100 and 21, and 2,100 here. 21 here. 21 here. 21 here. Going to be 2,100 and 21, and 2,100 here. 21, and 2,100 here. Down 21. You give on here. 21, 2, and 21, 2, and 21, 2, 21, 2 here. 21, 2, 22, 22. 21, give 2, and 2,200 here, 1, going to be 200 here, same way, 2,100. Five and 6 months here, 2,000, 2,100, and 21, 2,100 here, 21 here, 21, 21, 21, 21, and 2,100 here, 21 here, 21, 21, 21, 21, and 2,100 here, 21 here, I get 1, and 2, and 21, 2, and 21, 2, and 3, and 23, 3, and 23, 4, and 23, 4, 23, 4, now 5, and 25, and 2,500 here, 5 here, 5 here, sold them 2,400, Wellington. Williford. Warfield, 2,400. Well, here, 35, $35, 35, 35, 40, and 35, 40, 35, 40, 35, 40, 35, 49, 35, get 40, and 45, get 5, get 50, get 5, 55, 60, and 5, has to get 5, Jerry, 65, 2.5, 5, and to get 5, 7.5, 7.5, 70, get 70, get 70, 2.5, 72.5, 5, and 75 on him, 75, 75, 750, and 77.5 here, 177.5 here, Jace, 175, 35. $2 a pound, 205, and 205, we get 5 here, we get 5, 19, we're going to be 210, now 5, 210, 15, 20, and 25, 225, and 25, 25, 30, we get 30, we're going to be 30, now 5, we're going to be 35, 40, we get 40, and 5, and 45, 50, we get 59, 59, 50, 250, and 45, 50, we get 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 50, here, Jerry, 245, 10. $85, $85, here, good 85, 85, 85, 87, 87, 90, and 92, 95, 97, 97, good 2 and a half, good 2 and a half, good 205, and 2 and a 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3, and 2 and 3, 5, and 5, 7, and 7, 5, good 7, about that, 2, 5, 7, 6, 7, and 7, and 7, 8, 9, good 9, 2, 9, 10, and 9, 10, 11, and 2, 10, 2, 11, 12, 11, good 12, 12, 30, 13, 13, and 12, 30, 13, 13, 13, Jimmy Charlie, 14, 14. 14. Cabinets Bull, 213. $2. $2, 2 and a half, and $2, 2 and a half. You get 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, you get 2 and a half, good with 2 and a half, I got 2 and a half, 5, you get 2 and a half, and 2, 2 and a half, 5, and now 5, you get 5, 7 and a half, 7 and 10, good with 2, 10, now 10, 2, 10, 2, 10, 2, 10, and 2, 10, 11, and 2, 10, 11, 12, 11, 12, and 11, good with 12, 11, good with 12, 11, 2, 12, 11, 12 here, 11, good with 12, 11, good with 12, 11, and 12 here, sort of a 2, 11, Antone, 2, 11. Take a big horse to flip him, Antone. Woo. Any horse. That thing, yeah, that thing will sell lots of tickets. Can you video that one? $220. $221. I dropped the reins. I'm done. $221. I got it. $221 and 21 2 and 22 23 23 24 24 24 25 here 2600 and 26 7 and 7 7 of 8 27 of 8 27 of 8 good 9 9 30 30 and 31 and 31 31 31 231 and 30 31 31 Jimmy Charlie 231 232 232 31 2 and 31 2 and 31 2 3 and 33 4 and 33 34 33 34 we get 33 we get 34 we get 33 we get 34 we get 33 we get 34 Cabinets Bull 233.
I got bulls bigger than that one, and they're gonna be in the road. Not bigger.
Is that him, Bob? The only reason he's selling this bull is they kept a bunch of heifers back and they didn't want him to rebreed. Is that right? That's right. $55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, 65, and 65, and 70, 171, 71, 70, 171, 71, 71, 75, and 75, 80, 80, 185, 85 here, 2 and a half, 82, 50, 80, 2 and a half here, 5, 85 here, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 85, 5 here, 85 here. D, 182 and a half, Bull X. $1.55. Yeah, we sold her. $1.55. Yeah. Oh yeah, Joe Barron's. Joe Barron's guys. They're open. That's why they're here. 4 and 5 year olds. $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5 and 5 here. 5 we get 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 5 and 5 here. 5 and 5. Going to be 205 and 2 and 5 and 2 and 5 here. 5 here. $75 80 and 75 80 5 90 190 190 190 here. 85 90 190 and 90 here. 185 90 here. 185 1.
Okay.
Not me. $165 and 75 7 and a half 70 now 72 and a half 72 and a half 75 70 half 80 and now 83 81 81 80 here 1 $81 1 2 82 81 82 81 give 2 82 S 181 2 1. You leaving? He's gone. $55, yeah, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 1, 3, and 5, 3, 5, 7, and 7, 7, and 9, 9, 70, now 71, and 70 down, 1, 2, 72, 3, and 73, 74, 74, 75, 75, 75, 6, 75, 600, and 75, 600, and 76, 7, and 77, 77, 8, 77, 8, 78, 78, 78, 77, 8, now 9, and down 9, 79, 78, now 9, half 9, and down a half, and down a half, down a half, down a half, 80, and down a 80, 50, 1 here, half here, 2, 82, now 2, 2 and a half, 83, 83, 83, 83, 83 here, 83, 83 here, D, 182 and a half, 1. Eight to 9-year-olds, let's weigh them up to you. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, going to be 60, we get 2 and a half, we get 5, and 7 and a half, 70, we get 70, now 2 and a half, 72, 50, and 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 72, 50, and 70, we get 2 and a half, going to be 70, we get 2 and a half, here 5, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, here, but here, and 77 and a half, here, Jerry, 175, 2. There you go. 210, 11. 210, 11, and 210, 11, 210, 11, 210, 11, 11, 210, 11, 11, 11, 11, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12, 13, 13, 14, 214, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 13, 14, 15, 50, 50, 15, 14, 50, 50, 50, 50, 14, 15, 50, 50, 15, 15, 15, here, D-Bull, 214. Male, Antone. More boost. $2, 2 and a half, and 250, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 10, 10, 210, 210, 210, 210, 2, 7 and a half, 10, and 7 and a half, 210, and 7 and a half, 210, 10, 210, 210, here, sort of a 2, 750, Doug 7. Yeah. Yo, boo. Pretty good bulls here, guys. 210, 211, and 210, 211, 210, 11, 11, 10, 11, and 211, we get 211, we get 210, 11, we get 211, 12, and 12, and 13, we get 13, 14, we get 14, 15, and 50, 50, 15, 50, we get 50, we get 15, bit of a 15, and 15, 15, 14, 15, 14, 15, and 50, 50, 15, 15, Gibbon Bull, 214. Crippled steer. $1.50. $1.55 and 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, $1.55 and 55 here, 55 here. Might need a little butcher project. 65, 70, now 170, 65, 70. Spin them, Antone, if you can. 65, 70, 65, 70. Now 5, now 80, 180, 180, 85, now 90. 190 and 90 here, 190, 190, 190, 190, 190 here, 85, 90. Cavanis, 185, put him on Charlie. 79. You want to pin him with that 0? Sure. She by herself, Bob? $3. $3.05 and $3.05. We get five here. 5, 305 and 305 here. 5 here. 5 here. 305 and 305. We get 5 here. Jerry, $3. 11. $3. Jerry 11. Prager.
This is 9 by 5.
9 years, she's 5 months, 2,100 and 21, and 2,100, and 2,100, and 2,100, and 2,100, 2, 3, 22, 3, and now 4, and 24, 23, 4, 5, and 2,500, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5, so 2,400, S7X. Can't quit yawning. $125, 25, and 25, 25, and 30, 55, 40, 55, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, and 55, 60, and now 65, and 70, 175, 75, 80, 85, 85, 85, 85 here, 85, 85, 85, 85 McGee, 180 McGee, 180. Yes, sir. 75. Yes, 75 a pound. And $1.75 here. 75 here. 77 a pound. 750 and 77 and a half. 80. 80. 180. 180 there. 80 here. 180. 180. And now 80 there. 80 here. You give 81. And now 1 2 here. 81 2 there. 81 2 there. 81 bit of a 2. S 181. 2X. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 57, going to be 60, we get 2.5, 5, and 67 and a half, 70, 170, 171, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 50, and now 80, 80 there, 80, 180, 180 here, top row, you're at 80, 80 there, 80, give 80 there, 80, give 80 here, Jerry, 77, 50 on 2. 10 years and 3 months here, $1.55 and 55 and 55, 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 57 and a half, 57, 50, 60, and now 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, and 65, 65, 7 and a half, 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 72 and a half, and 75, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 80 there, 180 here, 180, 180, 180, and now 80 there, 80, McGee, 177, 50 McGee. 10-year-old here, 55, and 55, 55, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57, 50, and 57 and a half, 62 and a half, and 2 and a half high, 67 and a half, 70, 70, and 2 and a half, 75, and 75 here, 75 here, 75, 50, and 77 and a half here, going to be 77, now 80, and now 80 there, 2 and a half here, 1, 81 here, 81 dollar 1 here, 1 here, Jace, 180 on 30.
I lost my wallet last Wednesday. License, social security, credit card, plus 1,800 in there.
Huh. Five and up, right there, here, 165, as it get 5, as it get 5, now 7 and a half, 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 70, and now 70, we get 2 and a half, 75, 75, 50, and 77 and a half here, you're going to be 77 and a half here, 77 and a half here, sold 175, S21. Where were you at, you think?
I bought it at 6 o'clock in Dover. And I still got it right there.
And you think you late?
And by the next day, when I bought my lunch in it, I got cash in the other pocket and I missed my wallet. So it's in the big Dover and
You set it on the pickup or anything? Don't know. 5 by 3, 2,000. You want to go on a road trip? 2,100. 10 by 3. 5-year-old, 3 months, 2,100. 21 and 2,100 and 23 and 500 600 and 600 and 7 of 800 and 9 and down 9 3,000 now 1 and 3,100 and 2 3 and 33 and 33 and 33 4 and 34 and 5 and 3,500 6 and 35 3,600 here 3,600 and 35 going to be 3,600 here 35 3,600 here 5 going to be 6 sold 3,500. It was what was the name again? This one's what number? What name? Cerber. Cerbers. Uh-huh. S-U-R-B-E-R. Cerber. No T. Uh-huh. How old is this cow, Antone? $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5 and 10. Going to be 15. Going to be 20 and 5 and 20 to 30 and 35, 35, 49, 42, 45 and 40, 50 and 255, 55, 55, 60, 265, 275, 80, 285, 85 here, 85 here, 1, 280.
yeah, I look around my pickup and I look in the house and I look everywhere.
Dadgummit.
18.
You don't think you set it on the counter and you go back and ask him?
I asked him over and he says,
Twin Dover and Hennessy.
Twin Dover and
Enid. $155, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 7, 7, 7, 60, now 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 70, 70, now 70, and 70, 73, going to be 70, 70, 70, going to be 70, 70, going to be 70 here, Jerry, 67 and a half, 2.
I got me a new license driving and I cancel my credit card and I go to the Social Security office, they already closed, I'm going to get a new Social Security card.
135 and 35, 35, 38-year-old. She's open 35, 40 and 35, 40, 40, 40. We get 35, we get 40, 5 and 45. We get 50, 50, 5 and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 and 55 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. Chris, 150 on 15.
Even if somebody finds me, they're going to keep the cash and going to throw their wallet or give it to somebody.
Oh yeah.
They'll show up one of these days. Or maybe no, I don't know.
They're gonna go there. Hey, it's on the side of the road, and when they go and mow that ditch, and money's gonna go.
I don't think they hit him in the pickup.
You don't.
If I forgot him in the disc, flying over. The disc is
55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 57, 50, 57 and a half, 60, and now 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 67, 50, and 67 and a half here, Jerry, 165, 2.
Because I mentioned it when I in the sales, I tried to buy a water and I, where's my water?
Oh, man. 125, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, 30, and 25, now 30, and 25, 30, and half 5, and 35, 40, 45, 45, 45, 45, 50, $1.50, 35, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 60 there, 5, 60, 5, 60 here, Chris, 155, 15. $250. 255, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 55, 55, 255, and 55 here, 60, 5, 75, 80, 5, 285, 90, and 295, and 95, 95, 95, 90, Yaddle line, 95, 3, and 95, 3, 05, and 395, and 10, going to be 10, and 15, going to be 15, 20, and 325, 325, 325, Yaddle line, 325, and 325 here, 325 here, 325 here, Chris, 320, 3X. 5-year-old, she's 3 months bred, 2,000, 2,100, and 21, 2,100 here, 1, here, 21, 21, 21, and 2,100 here, 1 here, here, going to be $1,000, 1,000, 1,100, and 10, 11, 10, 11, 10, 11, 11, 11, 10, 1,100, 10, 11, 12, and 12, and 12, and 30, 13, going to be 14, 1,400, and 14, 14, 15, and 50, 50, 15, 16, and now 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 2, and 2,000, going to be 2,000, going to 19, 2, and 19, 2, Warfield, 1,900 on, 11. Four-year-old, and 225, and 225, and 25, 25, 25, 225, 30, and 25, 30, 25, now 30, and 45, 35, 35, now 40, now 40, 50, 60, 270, 270, give 80, 275, and 75, 75, 75, 75, 275, and 275 here, Chris, 270, 3X. Six years old here, daughter 55, 55, 55, 60, 5, 70, 5, 80, 5, 85, 85, 85, 85, and 90, and 90, 185, 90, 85, 90, 95, and 95, and 2, going to be 205, going to be 205, going to be 210, 210, 15, 210, 215, and 210, going to be 215, and 10 and 15, going to be 210, going to get 15 here, Chris, 210, 3X. Open count right there, 165, and 65, and 65, and 65, no info, now 70, and 75 here's now 80, 180, 180, 180 there, 5, 85 here, 85 here, $1.85, $1.85 here, 85 here, Charlie, 180 on number 3, Cavanagh 3. To an open. $3. $3.05 and $3.05. Gonna get five here. Five here. Five here. Five here. Gonna be 3 whole 5 and 5 and 5 here. 5 here. 275 and 275 here. 75. 75. First one I've had to back up all day. 250. 255. 60. 265. 270. 275. Give 80. 285. 285, 90, and 295, and 95 here, 95 there, 95, bow, 290, on 1, 290, put him on bow, on 1, what a cow. 185, 85 here, 85 here, 85 here, 75, 7, and 75, 7, and 75, 77, 75, 75, get 77, and 75 here, 75 here, 175 here, 65, and 65, 7, 67, 50, and 67 and a half here, give me 165 on 1. $210, $220, and $210, $220 there, going to be $210, $20 there, going to be $210, $20 here, going to be $210, $20 here, going to be 3 no pun, 20, going to get 40, going to be 60, 260, 280, and 3, and half 3, going to be 290, 80, 90 here, bow, 290, 80, 90, 80, 90, 80, 90 here, Chris, 280, nothing. $10 years and 8 months, guys, right there, 2,100 and 21, 2,100 here, 1, here, 21, 2, and 23, we get 3, and 23, we get 4, and 24, now 5, and 25, 600, and 607, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 6, 7, and 7, and 7, 7, 6, 7, and 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, going to be 26, 7, and 2,700, and 6, 7, and 7, 7, 7, 7, 700, going to be 26, 7 here, now 7, and 7, 700 here, Coy, 2,600 on number 50. Nine-year-old cow here at 55. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 7 half, and 57, 50, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, going to be 62, 50, and 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 70, 70, now 70, 170, 170, Jerry out 70, and 2 and a half, and 75, 75, 50, and 77 and a half here, 177 and a half here, Jerry, 175 on number 2. 7 years old here, 65, and 65 here, 70, and 72 and a half, and 75 here, 75 here, 175, 50, and 77, 80, 2 and a half, 82 and a half here, 82 and a half here, 82 and a half here, sold 180, put him on number 20, Kyle 20. 5 years, she's 7 months bred, 2,100, 21, yeah, 2,100 here, 1 here, 1 here, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100 here, 1 here, does that say 8 months? 5 years, she's 8 months bred. She's quite a bit on the clubby side. I'm not going to say little, she's quite a bit on the clubby side. 1,500, 16, 17, 18, 19, 2, 1, 2,100, 22, 3. Half, 3. 2,300. 2,300. Showtime, 22 and a half. Showtime. Dang it. Sorry, guys. Open it back up. Everybody's bidding on her. God dog it. Knows who she was, don't we? 205 and 205 and 205. 5 here. She's crippled. 205 and 205 here. 10 now 5 here. 5 here. Go to 205 and now 5 here. 5 here. Got to 205. 10, 210, 215 and 20 and 20 25 and 25 225 and 225 here. 5 here. 5 here. Terry 220 on number 9. 10 years, 2 months, $1.50. $1.55, yeah, 55, now 55, 57, 57, 7, 60, now 60, now 2 and a half, 65, 7, 70, 72 and a half, 75, and 75, 50, and 77 and a half, 80, 180 here, 82 and a half, 82 and a half here, 82 and a half here, 187, X. Two-year-old, $3. $3.05 and $3.05. 5 here. 5 get 3 get 3 get 3 and 3 get 3 and 250 60 and 255 and 55 55 60 5 70 5 80 5 90 and 90 and 90 and 95 95 95 95 95 95 95 here. Jerry 290 11 Brad. Five and open here, $1.55 and 55 and 55, 60 there, 5, 60, 5 and 70, 5 and 75 here, 75 here, 2.5, 5 and 75 here, 7.5 now, 72, 55 and 75, 50 and 77 and a half here, 77 and a half here, now 80 and now 82 and a half here, 80, 82 and a half here, 80, 250, 82 and a half here, cow, $1.80, put him on number 20. $4-year-old, $2. $2.05 and $2.05. 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, going to be 205 and 205 and 205 here, 5 and 10, going to be 210, 210, 215 and hand 20 and hand 20 20 there, going to be 20 then 20 and 20 20 there, going to be 20 20 there, going to be 20 here, so about 215. Chris X 3 and open $2. $2.05 and $2.05. 5 here. 5 here. 5 and open. Come on, Ricardo. $1.50. 60, 70, 80. Did you give 80? 75, 75, 85, 95, 195. Sold 190 bow 1. Banco. Banco. Here's a bred cow, I think. She's 8-year-old. She's 4 months bred. She's hopping along just a little bit. $1.50. $1.55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, about 60, 2.5, half 5, and 65, 65, 65, 65, 65, 7.5, 7.5, 70, now 70, and now 70, 170, 70, 70, 70, here, Doug, 67.5, 5. 2 years, 8 months, 2,100. 21, yeah, 2,100 here, 2,102, and 23, and 23, 400, 500, now 600, 7, 800, and 27 of 8, 27 of 8, 27, 800, and 28, now 9, and now 9, 3,000, 3,001, and 3,100, here, 1, here, 1, here, going to be 3,100, and 3,100, here, 1, here, 1, here, 1, here, going to be 1. So, 3,000. Windling. Thank you. $55, yeah, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 60, 2.5, 5, and 65, 7.5, 70, 70, now 72.5, 72.50, and 70, 2.5, 5, and 75, 75, 75, 50, and 77, going to be 77, going to be 77.5 here, cabinets 175, 10. Six-yard holder here, 65. That's a good five. That's a good five. 7.5, 72.5, 75, 7.5, 77, 50. Now 80. 82.5. 81. 81 out of 1 here. Going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 87, 89, 91, 3, and 93, 95, 95, 95, 93, 95. You're both out. 93, 95. Yeah, 95 here, 95, 95, 95, 97, 197, 197, 199, 199, we get 2. 199, we get 2. Sold 199. Caleb. What number? 10. Y'all make up your mind now what number you want to put them on. 10 years and 5 months, 2,100 and 21, 2,100 here, 1, here, 21, 21, 2, and 23, 3, and 23, 4, and 24, 5, and 600, and 6, 7, and 7 of 8, 27 of 8, 27 of 8, 7 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 of 9, now 9, jigga 9, and 2,900, 8, now 9, and 2,900, here, 900, here, 900, here, 920, here, 9, sold her 2,800, McGee. $3.5. She's a yearling. She's open. 305. 305 and 305 here. She might not be 305 and 305 here. 5 here. 5 here. Going to be 305 and 305 here. 5 and 10 here. Going to be 10, 15, 20 and 325. 25 and 25, 25, 25, 25 here. 5 here. 5 here. Jerry 320, 11. Bragg. It's Monday, Jerry. These things aren't guaranteed open now. Five, and they're open. 65. As a good five. As a good 7.5, 70, 70, 2.5, 72.5, 5, and 77.5, 77.5, 83, 82.5, here, 81, 81, 81, here, 81, here, 1, here, 180, 2-1. Did it up on here, 65. As a good five, has a good 7.5, 70, 72.5, 75, and 77.5, and 77.5, 77, 80, 80 there, 180, 180, 80, 80 there, 80 there, 80 here, Jace, 177.5, 35. 8 to 10s are open. All right, guys, here, 155, 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 55, 57, 7, 7, 7, 7, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 70, 70, 70, you're going to be 78, 9, and 68, and half, 7 and a half, going to be 69, and down high, going to be 9, 70, 71, and 72, 72, 73, 73, 72, 3, and 72, 3, and 72, going to be $3, 3, and 72, going to be 3, down 2, 3, down 2, going to be 3, 72, going to be 3, Jerry. 172 on 2. Jerry 2, yep. $2, 2 and a half, and $2, 2 and a half, $2 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 and a half, $5, $5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 10, going to be 210, 12 and a half, and 210, 12 and a half, going to be 210, 11, and 210, 11, 210, 11, 210, 12, 11, 12, 11, 12, and 13, 13, 13, 14, 14, 14, and 13, 14, and 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, hit the bull, 213. $221 and $221 and 20 and 21, 21, 21, 21, $221 and $221, 210, 211 and 210, 11 and 10, 11, 210, 211, 210, 211, 210, 11, going to be 210, 11, going to be 210, 11 here, going to be 210, 11 and 210, 11, 211, 211, 211, 211, 210, 11 here, D Bull, 210. $2, 2 and a half, and $2, 2 and a half, $2 and a half, $2 and a half, $2 and a half, $2 and a half, $250, and $2 and a half, $2 and a half, 5 here, $600, and 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8 here, 9, 10, going to be 2, 9, 10, and 2, 9, 10, going to be 2, 9, 10, going to be 2, 9, 10, going to be 2, 9, 10, bit of a new 9, going to be 2, 10, 11, and 2, 10, 2, 11, 2, 10, 11, and 2, 10, 11, 11, 2, 11, 2, 11, 2, 11 here, D Bull, 2, 10, X, D Bull X, double X, double X. $2 now 1, and $2 now 1, now 3, we get 3, and now 1, 3, and now 5 here, 3, we get 5, now 3, we get 5, go to 3, we get 5, and 3, now 5 here, 7, and 7, and 7, $8, $8 now, $8 high, and 9, 10, and 9, 10, 9, 10, 11, and 210, 11, now 210, 11, 11, 210, 11, 211, 211, 211, 210, 11, and 210, 11 here, 210, 11 here, D Bull, 210. Here's your burger bowls. 210, 11, and 210, 11, 210, 11, 11, 210, 11, 11, 11, 12, and 12, 13, 13, 14, you get 13, go to 14, 15, and 50, 50, 15, 50, 10, you get 15, and 16, and 16, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 18, 19, 20, and 221, and 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 2, 21, 2, and 222, 21, 2, and 21, 2, and 21, 2, 21, 2, 100, sort of 221, D, bull, 221. $3,000, 3,100, and 3,255, and 35, 35, 5-year-old, 35, and 35, 35, 35, 35, 3,500, and 3,500, 505, 3,500, and 37 and a half, and 37 and a half, 3,600, and 35, 3,600, 36,700. 36,700 and 37 and 7 and 7 and 7 of 800 37 give 8 and 38 and 9 and 900 4,000 and 4,000 here 1 and 4,100 here 1 here 100 here 1 here you're going to be 4,100 and 4,100 here did you give 41 ma'am 41 42 41, give 2, and 41, 2, and 41, 200, 41, 200, now 3, and 43, to 3, and 43, to 3, and 43, to 3, 43, 44, and 44, and 4,400, 4,400, 43, to 4, Serber, 4,300. Fort Pond, $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5, 5, 5, 5 here. 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5. 205 and 205 here. 5 here. 205 and 205. We get 5, we get 5, we get 5, we get 5 here. 5 here. 5 here. 205. 205. 205. 205. Jace, $2. 20. Where's your mail at? Where's the first two that came in the ring?
No, you have the one we resold.
Jack White. The Jack White.
Yeah.
You sure? Not about here, 55, 55, 55, 75, 55, 57, 7, 60, and now 62 and a half, 2 and a half, 5, and 5, 7, 7, 70, 70, now 72, 50, and 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 175, 50, and 77 and a half here, 177, and 6, 7, and 77 here, 177, and 77 here, 176, 2X. Seven-year-old here at 55, 55 here, 55, 55, 7 and a half, 55, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 57 and a half, 57 and a half here, 60, and 2 and a half here, 5, has a good, 7 and a half, not 7 and a half, not 70, and 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 here, 175 here, 50, and 77 and a half here, 177 and a half here, Jerry, 175, 2. She looks bred. I think we need to send her the shooting and have her preg check. $125, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, and 5 here, 125, 30, and 25 and 30 here, 25, we get 30, we get 5, we get 40, we get 5, we get 50, we get 5, going to be 60 now, 60, and 55, 60, 7.5, 60, and 7.5, 60, 2.5, and 5, and 7.5, 70, we get 70, 2.5, 72 and a half, 5, and 75 on here, 75, 75, 75, you get 5, and 75 and 5 here, Jerry, 172 and a half, 2. Get Cindy on the phone, please. Cindy, Calvin Rodiger brought in 2 cows. Boy, he bought 2 of them. One of them jumped the fence and broke his leg. Yeah, so we will sell them both for Rodiger. Sell the one for Rodiger that sold like 2,400, and the other one we're going to have to probably adjust her to OKC West somehow if you're willing to sell. Nope. Thank you, ma'am. 5-year-old, 4-year-old, $2. $2.05 and $2.05. We get 5 and 5 here. 5. We get 5 and 10. Going to be 10 and 15 and 20 and 25. We get 30 and 35, 35, 35, 40. We get 40 now 40, 240 and 35, 40 now 35, 40 and 45. We get 45, 50 and 250 now 250. We get 50. We get 50, 40, 50 now 5 and 55, 60 and 265 and 70. We get 270. We get 270 and 270. You're out of line. 270 and now 70. We get 270. 5. Going to be 270. Chris 265. 3X. Crippled bull, rather here, steer, $1.55 and 55 and 55 here, 55, 55, 55, $1.55, 60, it's 65 here now, 570, 5, 175, 80, 80 here, 80, give 85, 85 here, 85, 90, and 90 here, 190 here, 190 here, 85, 90, 90, S, 185, 13. Three years and 3 months, 2,100. 21 and 2,100 here, 1 here, 21, 21 and 2,100 here, 1 here, 21, 21 and 2,100 here, 1 there here, 1 here, 21 and 2,100 here. You been 2, 23, 22, 3. Caleb 2,200, 45. Caleb 45. 3 years, 5 months, 2,100 and 21 and 2,100 here, 1 here, 21, 21, 2 and 23 and 23 and 23, 400 and 500, 600 and 25, 600 and 25, 26, 7, 7, 800 here, 8 now 9 and now 9 and now 3,000 and 3,000, 3,001 and 31, 2, 1, 2, going to be 31, 2 and 31, 200 and 3,200. Here, 200 here, 2, 3, and 33, 4, and 33, we get 4, and 33, we get 4, and 33, we get 4 here, Chris, 3,300 on 3. Bring her back. Hang on, bring her back.
Hold the gate.
Let's just sell her. 4 years and she's 4 months bred. 25. 25, E25, and 25, 27, and 7, and 7, and 3,000, 31, and 30, and 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, and 31, 102, and 32, 32, 32, 32, 32, 32, 32, 100, and 32, and 32, 3, and 33, 3, and 33, 3, and 33, 4, and 34, and 34, 100, and 33, 34, 100, 33, 34, now 5, and 35 online, you're out, 35, 6, 3,600. 3,600 sold. 3,500. That will be Dustin Hillary online. Left side rupture. Still ain't seen it. Dollar. Y'all believe it's there? Well, if Chris said it is, and it's true. Is it there, Ricardo? Dollar. 110. 110.20 and 120 to get 30 and 30 to get 40 to get 50, 160, 170, 175, 180, 5, 90, 2 and 210, 220, 230, 230, 30 and 220, 30 and 220, 30 to get 220, 30 to get 220, 30. Ricardo, 220. 10 years and she's 7 months, guys, right there. Here, 10 by 7, 1,500, 15 and a half, 15 and a half here, half here, half and a half here, 15, 50, 15 and a half here, half here, 15, 50, and 15 and a half here, half here, 16, half, and now 1,700, and 17, going to get 17, going to be 17, going to get 17, going to be 1,700, and 1,700 here, 17 and a half, and 17 and a half, 1,750, and 17 and a half here, McGee, 1,700.
We didn't sell it.
8 by 6. 2,100, and 21, and 2,100 here, 1 here, 21, 21, 21, 2, get 3, and 23, get 4, 500 here, 600, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 800 here, 8 here, 27, give 8, and 2,800, and 2,800 here, 9, and now 900 here, going to be 9, now 3, and 3,000 here, 9, 3, and 3,000 here, 9, get 3,000 here, 9, get 3,000, going to be 9, get 3,000, get 3, done. 2,900. Put them on number 9X. 9X. 2-year-old. She might have just a little bit of a hang down right there below her jaw. $2 a pound. $2 and 5. And $2 5. Get 5 and 5 here. 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. Get 5. 205 and 2 and 5 here. 5 here. 5 here. 5 here. Jerry. $2. 11. Preg. What's her story? 5-year-old, $1.50. $1.55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 5, 70, 5, 80, 180, 180, and 75, 85, 85, 85, 85, 91, 95, and 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 195, and 95 here, 195 here, 195 here, Kyle, 190, 20. $7-year-old here, right there, 150, 55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 75, 55, 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, and 57, 50, and 57 and a half, 57 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7, 60, and 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 2 and a half, 250, and 62 and a half, 70, and now 72 and a half, 72, 50, and 72 and a half, 72 and a half, cabinets, 170, on 10. Seven-year-old again. Here's 65. And 65. And 7 and a half, 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 70, 72 and a half, 75. And 75 here, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 75, 50. And 77 and a half. And 77, 50 here, 77 and a half. Now you get 77 and a half here. Jace, 175, 30. Daughter 85, 85 there, good to 85 there, good to 85, 85, 87 and a half here, 87, 85, 87 high, 90, bit of 1, 91, 93, and 95, 95, 95, 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, 99, and 95, 99, 2, and 95, 2, and 95, 2, good to be 199, 201, and 201 here, 3, 3, and 135, and 2 and a 5 here, 7, and 7, and 7, and 7, and 5, 7 here, and 7, 205, 27, and 9, and down high, good to 9, 9, 10, 9, 10, 209, 210, and 9, 10 here. Now, go to 210 here, giving bull 209. Put an X on it, please. Bull X. Daughter 55, 55 and a 5, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, and now 60 there, 5, has to get a 70, 175, and 75, give 80 there, 85 here, 85, 90, and 90 here, 190, 190, 190 here, 85, 90 here, and 87 and a half, 90, and 92 and a half, and 92 and a half, group 92 and a half, group 92, 50, and 92 and a half here, 190, 2 and a half here, giving bull 190.
Put an X on him.
7 years and 2 months. Daughter 50. Daughter 55. Yeah, 55. 55, 55, 55, 60, 5. And to get out 70, 70, 70, 70, 170, and 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 77 and a half, 77 and a half, 77 and a half here, 77 and a half here. Cabinets 175, 10. Eighty-five there, good to be 85 there, good to be 85, 85, 85, 85, 87, 90, and 90, 95, and 95, 97, 97, good to be 3, good to be 3, 2 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, good to be 2 and a half, 5, and 5, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 7 and 10, and 210, but 210, 12 and 10, 12 and 10, 12 and good to be 2, 11, 12, 11, 12 and 13, and 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 15, and 50, 50, 15, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 here, Gibbon Bull, 214. She's got a blue eye. She's got something hanging on her backside. 50 cents a pound. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 60, 55, 75, and 75, and 75 here, 80, 85, 85, 90, 90, 95, and 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95, and 95 here, 90, 95, and 90, 95 here, 5 here, sold her 90 cents a pound, Ricardo, plain old 90. $1. 60 cents a pound. 30 cents a pound. 40 cents a pound. This section over here to my right, you feel guys anything coming on at 40 cents a pound? Chris is out. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 90 cents a pound. Chris 80, 12. Five by seven, there's a good rip, 3,000. 31, and 3,100, and 31, and 3,102, 32, 33, 33, 34, 34 to 5 here, 35, 600, and 35, 600, and 35, 67, and 7, 7 of 8, 37 of 8, 37 of 8, 37 of 8, going to be 3,800, and 38, and 37, 3,800, here, 8, 9, and 9, 4, and 4,000, here, 4,100, here, 41, 2, and 41, 2, 1, 2, 3, 43, 4, and 44, and 4,400, here, 4,400, here, 43, we get 4. Chris, 4,300 on 3. $55, and 55, and 55, 55, 5 here, and 55, 55, 55. She is a 7 years old. She's 10 years old. She's 6 months bred. Golly, I got a hair going right up my nose. She's pretty big. 3,000. What'd he say? Huh? Did you give 3? 25. She's 10 by 7 or 10 by 6. I got 25. I'm going to be 26. 27. 8. 9. 2,900. 29. McGee, 2,800. Five years and 5 months here, 2,500 and 25, 25, and 25, 25, 25, 2,500, here's 7.5, and 25, 27.5, 3,000, 31, and 32, 32, 32, 32, DAG number, 31, 2, and 31, 2, and 31, 2, 1, 2, here, 31, 2, and 32, 32, 32, 31, 2, 31, 2, 3, and 33, 3, 4, and 33, 34, 500, and 35, 3,600, and 35, 3,600, here, 35, 3,600, here, 5, going to be 6, over 3,500, Chris 3. 5 by 6 plus here, 3,000, 3,100, and 3,100, here, 31, here, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, and 3,100, and 3,100, here, 1, here, 2, and 32, 33, 33, 33, 34, 34, now 5, and 3,500, 600, and 36, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 3,700, and 37, 7, 7, 7, 800, and 37, 8, now 9, 39, 39, 39, and 3,900, and 39, 4, and 4,000, here, now 1, and 4,100, here, 41, 41, 41, 41, and 4,100, here, 1, here, 1, here, solar, 4,000, Chris 3. 6 years and 5 months right there. 6 years, 5 months here. 3,000 and 31 and 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 2 and 31, 2. Yes.
Bad feet or something. Missing a toe.
Is she?
Hold your gate.
My God, she's got 7 good toes.
That cost us quite a bit one time.
Sometimes it's better 7 than 8.
2,500. She's made it this long and she's doing real good. 25, 7, 8, 9, 20, 2,900. 2,900. What you, Paul? 2,900. 2,900. So 2,800. Charlie 10. Goodbye, Charlie. Goodbye. 6 years, she's 5 months. 3,000, 3,100, and 3,100, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, 31, and 3,100, and 3,100, 31, 31, 32, and 32, 33, 33, 33, 34, 34, 34, 34, what you get 4, and 34, 5, and 3,600, and 35, 600, 35, 600, and 35, going to be 36, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, and 37, and 36, 7, 7, 7, 7, 700, going to be 3,700, TK, 3,600 on 3. 9 years, 7 months, 2,100, and 21, and 2,100 here, 1 here, 1, 2, 3, and 23, 4, now 5, and 25, 600, and 25, 2,600 is, and 25, 26, and 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 800, and 27, going to be 28, now 9, going to be 20, now 9, 8, now 900, here, 900, here, 9 here, Caleb, 2,800 on 9X. Three by 5 plus 3,000. 3,100 and 3,100 and 1, 31, 2, 102, 3, and 33, 34, 34, 34, 34, 35, 35, 3,600 and 35, 6, 35, 36, 35, 6, 7, and 37, and 37, maybe to get 30, maybe to get 30, maybe to get 30, hey, going to be 37, going to be 3,800, and 3,800, and 37, going to be 3,800, going to be 37, going to be 3,800, going to be 37, going to be 8, so 3,700, Serber.
Hey, hold on.
PO'er? Okay. Oh, she belonged to you guys already? Oh, okay, yeah. Gotcha. But just PO. Gotcha. Thank you, Doug. 8 to 10s are open. $55, and 55, and 55, 55, 55, 55, 57, 57, 7, 60, and now 2.5, 5, and 65, 7, 70, 72 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75, 50, and 77, going to be 76, 7, and 77, 78, 78, 78, now 9, and now 9, going to be 78, going to be 9, going to be 78, 9, going to be 78, now 9, 80, and 9, going to be 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, 81, 2, and now 2, 3, 83, 83, 83, Jace, 182 on 30. about normal for me. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, hold one, I think so, right there, here, 55, 55, which one do you think?
89.39.
Ah, 55, 57 and a half, the only salt in the pepper shaker, 155, 7 and a half, and hold one, and 57 and a half, 7 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 and a half, 57, 50, and 57, 60, now 2 and a half, 5, and 65, 7 and a half, 70, 170, 102 and a half, 72 and a half, 5, and 75, 75, 77, 35, 73, 57, 177, now 9, 179, 179, and 77, good to be 9, daughter, good to be 9, good to be 9, good to be 9, good to be 9, sold 177, Jace 30. 125, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 5 here, 125 and 30, and 25, 30 here. Is she that small? Is she? 125, 30, 125, did you get 30 now 5, 135, 40, 140, did you give 40 Antone, 45, 145, 45 here, 5, did you get 45, 5 here, 45, and 45 here, 5 here, sold her 140, Antone, 140. Everybody's got to be somewhere, don't they, Clay? That's what George always says. Twos and threes are open here. $2 a pound, $2.05, and 205, and 205. Five here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 20, 225, and 25, 30, and 35, 35, 35, 30, 40, 245, and 45, 52, 52, 55, and 55, 60, 265, 270, and 270, 270, and 270, 70 here. Chris, 265, 3X. Got some Kevies. Where'd he go? Did John take that cow? No. Who is going to? $200. 250, we get 3, we get 50, we get 4, we get 50, we get 5, 55, 55, 55, 50, 5 and a half here, 5 and a half, we get 5 and a half, 600, 600, 600, 600, 600, Kelsey, 550, Kelsey, 550. Hey, Chris, call 239. $300. 350 and 3 and a half, we get 4, we get 50, we get 5, we get 50, you're going to be 600 and a half, and 6 and a half, 700 and a half, and 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 800 here, 850, 850, 50 and a half here, 8 and a half, we get 900, 9 and a half, 9 and a half, 9 and a half, 950, and 9 and a half, going to be 9 and a half, 1,000, 1,050, 1,050, going to be 10 and a half, we get 10 and a half, 10 and a half, 10 and a half, 1050, and now 11, 11 and a half, 11 and a half, you get 1,100, 1,100, is that a bid or a scratch? 1,100, 1,150, 1,150 and a half, 11 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 and a half, going to be half. Charlie, 1,100, 0. We got 5 of these little calves, I guess. 4 left. 5 left. We're selling them one at a time. There you go. Bring more that way. Be tiny. 300. 350 and 3.5, it'll get 4 and 4.5, it'll get 4.5, it'll get 5, gonna be 600 now, half here, gonna be 700 now, half and 7.5, 750, 800, 850, 850, 850, 850, 850, 850, 900 and now to have it'll get 9.5, 10 and 1,000, it'll get 1,000, gonna be 1,000 here, 1,000, gonna be 10, 15, 11, 11 and a half, 11 and a half, gonna be 12, 11 and a half, gonna be 1,200, 1250 and 12 and a half, gonna be 1,300 and 12 and a half, gonna be 1,300 here, 12 and a half, gonna be 1,300 here, West 1250 on 0. $1,000. 1050, you 10 and a half here, 10 and a half, 10 and a half, 10 and a half, 1050, 10 and a half, 10 and a half, 1150, 11 and a half, 11 and a half, 11 and 1200, and 1200 and 1200 and 12 half, and 12 and a half, going to be 13, and 1300 and a half here, half here, going to be 1350, and 13 and a half here, half here, half here, half here, that's 1300. Oh. Do you know how much I've got on my fireplace right now? Fire's running over. Oh, who give $100 for this, Kev? 150, 200, half, 3, half, 4, 400, 400, 400. Billy, 350.
That's the highest thing you sold all day, John.
Woo, Billy. Peyton, catch that one. I can't throw a rope. You buy him 11, guys. Don't call us when he goes down. 100 by the head. 150. 2. Half. 3. Half. 3 and a half. 350. 4. 4 and a half. 450. Take a big gamble, Kelsey. 450. 450. Four and a quarter. Sold. 400. Ricardo. 5. Straight. Oh, gosh. Yeah, put that on that cow. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're going to put that one on that cow. She might need a shot, guys. 300. 350. 350. She can trot, though. 350 and 350. 3 and a half. 3 and a half. 400 and a half. 4 and a half. 4 and a half. 500. 555. 55. 50. And 550. 5 and a half here. 5 and a half. 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 Going to be 5 and a half. Sold. 500. Same way. Ricardo. We got anything on your side, Lid? That's going to be it for today's auction, guys. Thank you very much. Do it again tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the a.m. Y'all have a good day. See you tomorrow.